Hello.
Hello, Venu.
Yes, yes. Hi. We can hear you. Hello. Hello.
You can see my screen?
Yes, yes. Not at share.
No.
Hello, Salman. Vivek also with us. Yes, we are able to see now.
Yeah.
Hey, hi, Vivek.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, Divesh told me that you had a lot of doubts regarding the training, what we are going to cover. But before that, I would like to know what
Current situation, work, or something like that, Salman?
no, not
Hello.
Actually, the thing is, yeah, Venu, go ahead.
No. Actually, voice is breaking, right? Is it?
Are you able to hear me, Salman?
yeah, I can hear.
Your voice is breaking. Is it?
Not my Venu.
Okay.
No.
Hello, Vivek.
Yeah. It's clear for me.
Okay. Yeah. Please carry on. Actually, regarding the doubts yesterday, we discussed with the Devesh, right? Salman asking what are the doubts. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
continue.
Okay.
Yeah, Vivek.
Complete pure grid SAS administration role.
Okay.
So, and at the same time, before going to grid level, you have SAS, but not as experience as well. Yeah, little bit of like on a standalone. Not kind of going into the grid level at the same time. Before starting, I just want to clarify few of grid architecture. Then doing it out with do and what does Ego, how does the background services of Ego interact with LSFs, the complete architecture. Logins or from any of the DI Studio or Enterprise logins, starting from that level without grid and with grid, how does it goes? What are and also at the same time, yeah, LSF and with this one Ego shooting issues and cluster level issues when it comes to grid level. .3 and 9.4, the differences between the services, something like that. The 9.0 has this service. Now in 9.4 we have environment. And how does it impact the performance, and how can we troubleshoot accordingly? Something like expert on this SAS level. So I'm expecting any kind of architecture with integration with Hadoop in future. If you can explain the, okay, these things are involved and this is what the architecture is actually.
So let me first take Hadoop. Hadoop is a kind of storage, as you are aware. Like we deal with other storage, Hadoop is one of the kind of storage.
Okay.
The reason why the market is boom with the name Hadoop itself because it's very cheap and very reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So the main advantage of Hadoop itself is the cost compared to other storage. There are two interfaces through which the recommended way what SAS product as okay, install those drivers, the software within the SAS foundation.
Okay,
Maybe
I mean
that
there
can
is
be
no need of.
using a
Okay. No, there
maybe
is. To
the
it,
problem
diagram.
is see there platform admin and a grid admin. It's a very in my session I'm going to be majorly concentrating on grid overview, grid hardware architecture, balancing and what is failover.
Mm-hmm.
So platform admin is quite
Mm-hmm.
okay, but grid when someone talks about grid, let me tell you who has ever given someone training where they have practically shown how they deployed the grid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So my aim behind this training session is rather than speaking and showing you PPTs or PDF, I prefer doing practically so that you can get a feel of what exactly
So, yeah, apart from that, a little bit of few questions about a platform admin in sense like both now in horizontal clustering or vertical clustering, if I'm saying it. Can we do without grid also? Like that
obviously you
kind of
can do.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
kind
let
of
me
thing
tell
scenario
you
can.
again. Okay, so if I keep myself as a customer,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I'm saying this because uh, but it is not mandatory you have to purchase grid
Mm-hmm.
because grid provides you failover at software level also.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I'll give you from my experience.
Yeah, that thing I want to know as well with this one.
Yeah, so that is, I mean, the network team has to take some kind of responsibility. The system admin team has to take some kind of responsibility. If any one of the team is not able to take the responsibility, then it becomes very difficult for a normal technical support guy to bring up.
Yeah, I got that. So you mean to say that all of the teams has to work together? I mean, in
Yeah, in the real
practically,
time because people always try to put ball in others' court. Everyone likes to play a blame game.
yeah. Everyone tries to push the ball to other court, in other court.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So
Yeah.
so this is the reason where purchase grid
Okay.
just because their environment is critical. So if someone asks you, the answer is straightforward no. It can be
Yeah,
achieved
that
through
thing.
hardware.
Yeah, that thing I know. So can you please tell me how to do this one at the same time? Then we can touch grid.
So doing that again, start hostname configuration which happens at the OS end.
Mm-hmm.
There is a storage which gets shared across the server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the third thing which I cannot show you, you have to imagine, is the network switch.
Yeah, a network switch I understand, because that you can't do that. At that level I can
Right.
understand that network
I
switching and
cannot
all.
show you, but you have to imagine that if my one node goes down, my network administrator has to use some his mind and switch the request to the different node. Automatically. But if I want to save money, I can go for hardware clustering.
Yeah, so you will be telling that also, this concept and that concept, both of them. So
This concept without grid is only three things are required. I need a clustered host name.
Mm-hmm.
I need storage which has to be shared across all the servers.
Mm-hmm.
I need the network. In how much time they switch it, it's up to the client and the network team. It's none of my business. When I talk about hardware failover configuration.
Okay, hardware failover configuration. All right, okay, got it. So yeah, now you're getting right. So what all I wanted, like at this level, so this is now without grid, how we can go with the hardware level clustering, and this one. Then
Let
to
me
the
tell you, hardware level clustering is just a word. So when we do hardware level clustering, I mean hardware level failover configuration, in usual standalone environment, I will install SAS software, I will configure SAS software on one machine, that is standalone.
yeah.
When I talk about a failover at hardware level, consider I have two machines which I have to cluster them. So in that case, I will install SAS on both the server, but my configuration will be shared across. So I'll configure only once on one machine, and on the other machine I'll just go create service and start them up.
Okay, these things I need to know at Salman. So these things you need to tell me, because yeah, at the same time a little bit.
These are very high level, and you should have that much grasping power to understand, you know.
No, I do have. I mean, I want to know more about this thing, in depth of kind of thing. So, I mean, if you think that I'm able to catch it, that's fine. If not, you can skip it and you can just leave it and. Okay.
No problem. See, again, I'll give you some kind of documentations with respect to.
Yeah, that will be great then. Yeah, and we also have to tell whether the LSF will be involved here or not, and main important is like.
I'm going to do grid. I cannot do grid without LSF.
Yeah, no, not in grid. I'm talking about without grid. If this, in this case also, do we need an LSF monitoring or something like that in real time? I don't
How
know.
you're going to monitor?
No,
You
Salman,
don't
that's
know?
what I'm asking. Yeah.
Okay. So if
I'm
you don't
asking
know,
you.
let me tell you, LSF never does any kind of monitoring. It's a scheduler.
Okay, I don't. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm asking.
Okay. Do you have knowledge on Linux or Unix?
Yeah, I do have knowledge on Linux and Unix. Yes.
Do you know cron tab?
Yes, I know the cron tab, where you can schedule all the batch jobs and all of it. Yep.
Correct. So what does it do? It schedules your job.
Yeah, as per the timing and all, everything, you can go schedule it and
Yeah, you can
run the script it by the back. Every second also.
You can customize the calendar and you can set
Yes.
it the way you want.
Yes,
Okay?
I know.
So this is what cron does for the operating system.
Right. Yeah.
In case of SAS, LSF does the same thing.
All right. Got it.
Now you got it, what LSF do? It never do any kind of monitoring. One of the product of platform IBM is RTM, real-time monitoring, which does the monitoring work, and that is only installed if you have a grid environment. Otherwise, there is no such word RTM. So in real time, when I talk about non-grid environment, there will be LSF and there will be process manager.
LSF. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, these things, and yeah, the services difference between 9.3 and 9.4 exactly. What are the services differences? Three. Now earlier, I think I have read somewhere the difference, like the object spanner used.
But that also depend on case to case.
No, I don't know that these things you have to tell me.
Truth. Let me tell you the full truth. So 9.3 object spawner used to spawn works to sponsor workspace sessions. Now here in this case, like I'm going to cover in the class,
Okay.
okay, these three end users okay.
Yeah.
So when you're going in a live environment, E minor. In case of EG and DI, I can do a latest config. LSF will take the control of spawning the workspace sessions. But in case of E minor, it's not the best practice to let the LSF take the decision, because when you execute a project of E minor at backend, it opens n number of sessions. When it opens n number of sessions, it is not good from a performance point of view, especially if it is a grid node.
Okay.
So what you will do? Users, I have DI users, I have E minor users. The client has purchased 9.4. He is making a question that if you are not able to use the latest facility of 9.4, what is the use of going for 9.4 rather than going for 9.3? So here then the experience. AG and DI will be using a different mechanism, different algorithm, whereas my E minor users will use EG-DI processes will be spawned by LSF. How to do that is again a high level thing.
So cases I have studied this also, like different. How do you when if it if something like that.
So algorithm is very simple. So there are two algorithms present in SAS. One is cost, one is grid. Those are not workspace related algorithms.
Okay, only.
Which is so the complete topic what I was talking about was related to work. So let me tell you something basic about an administrator. EG is a tool which is built on .NET framework. It is one of the tools and it runs on a .NET platform, and it connects using the integration technologies to the server.
Okay.
There is no much difference because the coding is different. They solve our purpose to connect to the. Talking about basic.
Okay.
So when I try to connect my EG user, I create a profile, I enter my username, I enter my password, I enter the host name. The first connectivity, the first call it will make to the metadata server. If it gets a handshake, yes, it's a valid SAS user. It will take the password, it will go to the host. It will ask the host, is he a valid user? When I talk about valid, it becomes now not disabled, or the password is, there is mismatch in the password, or the user is expired. So all those checks are made by the OS, and a handshake has been done with the metadata stating that okay, the user is a valid OS user. So just make a note, SAS never does any kind of authentication. Authentication is always done by host.
Okay.
You knew this, or you just
No, I knew that. No. This is, I know it. Then after that, object spanner, when does it comes into the picture? Then the authentication and authorization is done here. Sorry, authorization is done at metadata level, right?
Okay.
And authentication is done at the host level. That is at the LDAP directory and the Windows
Okay.
level.
So now you explain me what happens next.
No, I'm not clear, and
I mean, you just tell what you know. I'll correct you. That's not a problem.
Then if any request, whatever it is there, it goes with the object spanner. Any request comes?
No.
Then
No. So when this handshake to connect to my SAS app, when I try to connect to SAS app, okay, it checks for my group identity, what roles, what privileges have been set to me. Accordingly, it sponsors sessions for me. The call is spawner log. There will be an entry, a username with this dash has been logged in. When I go tools, new program, I try to run any code, a call will be made to workspace server, and the execution will happen.
so directly, without the involvement of the object spanner.
Without the involvement, sorry? Obviously, object spawner is involved in every case.
Okay.
Object spawner is the role of the object spawner is to spawn processes for work.
No, if the communication is going on, the interactivity kind of communication is going on between the object spanner comes into picture, or like, no, it says that, okay, this client session is handed over to some of the workspace. So it is just handshake, like it tells that, okay, you now from this session, you will be the sticky session, like, okay, this, now connected to the workspace 1. So, okay, now you guys take care of it. Now I'm leaving it. Like that? Okay.
Yes.
So now it starts hearing from other users. So it will be like, okay, now I'm free. Now I'll be, it takes a
Okay.
all right.
If
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
clear.
go more into deep and you want to do some kind of the object spawner, it will show you what kind of identity it used to authorize the user. It uses the SAS trusted.
That's trusted. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll ask you in future.
So this, yeah, this is the customer intelligence studio. CI, campaign management. all to my managed server, my mid-tier managed server. So CI by default gets deployed in SAS server 6. So the first thread will go to SAS server 6. In SAS server 6 there will be 3 war files. MA core, customer intelligence reporting, and so there are 3 war files, out of which the thread to the remote services in case of 9.3 to the metadata server. Like it will not directly go there. So always the thread first hit will be always on the MA core. When it's a web-based, because it's a web-based client.
Okay, so where does the web server comes into picture?
In the case of mid-tier, E minor,
Okay.
CI Studio.
Okay.
So E minor till 9.2 was not. Words, it became E minor was available from SAS as a thick client as well as.
So war file. Okay. Now suppose if CI client first it has to connect. It will directly connect to the application server, or it comes through the web server first, and from the web server
through the web server. The first hit will always go to the web server.
Okay. So web server through the web server. Then does it goes to Meta and app, or like from first it touches app, then it do some verification or something like
First
that?
it goes to Meta, so first it goes to mid-tier, then it goes to Meta. It does the authorization, authentication, all those stuff. Everything is done, and it will give me my session. Again, I have yet not hit the objects corner. As soon as I try to open a camp, the minor project, at that time it hits the compute environment.
Okay. Alone, then?
No.
Standalone.
In case of standalone, as well as in the case of grid, the architecture has not. Okay.
Let's discuss
So
this.
the only thing when it comes to application and grid comes to picture in 9.4. Otherwise, LSF doesn't take any kind of control towards your applications. It's a layer of protection for the services which are running, so that if any this is the only purpose of LSF. That is why it is called as failover. And when I talk about load balancing, it means if I have a object corner, or in case of workspace, in case of platform LSF, we'll take a decision and check which is the least. So it is called as parallel computing. That's the difference between a standalone environment and a grid environment.
Okay, we will discuss this. Okay, and how about the SPDS, SPD? Use of this, right? Scalable performance data server and scalable performance data engine.
Scalable performance, do you know round robin algorithm?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Five points, 10 points, and it will just keep on writing to the mount point available, and it will keep on loading the data sets, the data into those environments.
Okay. Okay.
So any more questions related to basic admin stuff? Because once I start my session, I will be only concentrated on grid.
Okay, on these architecture
Any
kind of
questions?
stuff.
Any questions about the mid-tier? If you want to know any question about the compute, any question about the meta? Have you ever
The
done
difference.
customization? Sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever done customization with mid-tier?
No, I have. I'm not that much expert. I'll probably might be Venu has done. I don't know. Venu?
Yes, yes. Hello? Yes.
No, sorry, you are like completely off.
No, no, no. Actually, I kept in mute.
Okay, you kept on mute.
Yes. You are discussing, right? Seriously, so that's why.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, some, I think. Venu?
Yes,
Are you
yes.
there?
Hello? Hello?
We are able to hear you.
Yeah.
You have any questions related to data administration? I hope you have 10 years of experience, right?
Yeah, right now, whatever you are discussing, right, I'm okay. I'm pretty clear. I'm comfortable. Okay, I did so many installations. So, related to what you guys discussed, there is no questions. I'm okay.
And I have a little bit of question. I mean, in a standalone, something a lot like the discussion between the 9.3 services and 9.4 services on standalone. Like how does it work?
Okay. So let me first tell you a major difference between 9.3 and 9.4 architecture is. In 9.3 we used to have remote service.
Okay.
Okay. Remote services is nothing but it used to make a RMI call, remote method invocation.
Okay.
Okay, but due to some security vulnerabilities at lots of customers end, SAS in 9.4 ruled out remote service. Okay, so if you see in a multi-tier environment, there will be deployed at the mid-tier environment.
Okay.
Okay. Is being done by 9. In 9.4 it's been done by the cache locator. So cache so that whenever there is a request hits to the mid-tier environment, it will go to the cache locator. The cache locator and through that it will connect the mid-tier environment with the compute and the metadata.
On compute environments, it's on compute environment, right?
In a case of multi-tier environment,
In case of multi-tier environment, okay. So if it is a standalone, if I'm talking about standalone 9.4, no.
so standalone means what?
So one machine is on mid.
So let me define standalone. Standalone environment to multi-tier environment, but it is not failover or trusted. Okay. When I talk about failover will be, it can be multi-tier, but there has to be one primary node and one secondary node.
Okay.
Okay, so when I talk about standalone, it can be multi-tier standalone.
Can you show any diagrammatically, Salman, because it's like vague to me. Any diagrams or something like that if you have any.
Diagram.
రావట్లేదు ఇదంతా పరిగెత్తుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. సెలెక్టెడ్ రైట్
సెండ్ అండ్ వెళ్ళిపోయిందా?
చూడండి రిజల్ట్ సౌండ్ వచ్చింది.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
It's a student environment.
Okay.
So here is my here in the client.
Okay. So we have a
Our
cache.
shipment is covered by it's a standalone.
So where has to be the cache located now? The cache located, you need to say earlier.
Locator has to be on the compute environment as well as on the mid-tier environment.
The compute environment or the mid-tier environment. Okay, how about on metadata server? There is no need of it. Okay. Okay.
So 9.3 needs to have remote services only on the mid-tier environment. Compute as well as mid-tier.
Okay.